Good morning, dear students. Mr. Mahmoud Azab with you. Today we'll continue lesson 8.2, find volume of cylinder. Remember, the main goal is use what I know about finding volumes of rectangular prisms to find the volume of cylinder. Now, page 426, question 6. What the volume of this cylinder? Use 3.14 for pi and if necessary round to the nearest tenth. Look at this cylinder. We must determine what are these numbers. For example, 22.4. Yes, this is C. C, of course, the circumference of the circle. And the 4 is the height. But where is the radius length? We don't have the radius length. So the first step, we must find the radius length for the piece. We'll use the circumference. Remember how to calculate the circumference. Of course, the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So, we can form an equation and instead of C, write 22.4 equals 2 pi r. Can we find the value of r now? Yes, divide by 2 pi. So, r will be 22.4 divided by 2 pi. Please don't use 3.14 now because we will estimate, we will round in the last step. So, r equals 22.4 over 2 pi. You can put it in this form. Now, can we find the volume? Yes. Of course, our formula to find the volume of the cylinder is V equals pi r squared h. So now it will be, instead of pi, 3.14 times, and instead of r, we'll use 22.4 over 2 pi, means 2 times 3.14. Don't forget squared because of r squared times h. H of course is 4. Now use your calculator to find the value of this expression. Yes, the answer will be about 159.8 cubic centimeters. Are you happy with this? Yes? Go to question 7. Question 7, page 427. The question says, what the volume of a cylinder with a radius of 5 centimeters and height of 2.5 centimeters? Use 3.14 for pi. You can stop the video and fill the gaps. Have you finished? Yes? Remember that V equals pi r squared h. So V equals pi r squared. Of course, the radius length here is 5, so 5 squared is 25, and h, the height, is 22.5. Sorry. Now simplify. Multiply 25 times 2.5. It will be 62.5. Don't forget times pi. Now use 3.14 for pi and multiply 62.5 multiplied by 3.14. Yes, the answer is about 196.25 cubic centimeters. Are you happy with this? Yes? Page 427, question 8. Find the volume of each cylinder in terms of pi. Which cylinder has the greater volume? Cylinder A, area of base is 6 pi squared feet. Height is 10 feet. Cylinder B, circumference equals 6 pi feet and height is 6 feet. Stop the video and try to find the volume of each cylinder. After that, come back to check your answer. Have you finished? Yes? Okay. For cylinder A, of course, the volume of any cylinder equals pi r squared h, or base area times h. So for cylinder A, the base area pi r squared is 6 pi. So 6 pi times 10 equals 60 pi squared, cubic feet. Cylinder B, the question says that the circumference equals 2 pi, the circumference equals 6 pi. But where the radius length? We must search for the radius length. Of course, as we said before, that the circumference equals 2 pi r. So instead of c, write 6 pi equals 2 pi r. Now, find this equation for r. So must divide by 2 pi. 6 pi divided by 2 pi, it will be 3. So the radius length is 3 feet. Now, we are ready to find the volume of cylinder B. Of course, it will be pi r squared h. So pi r is 3, so 3 squared times h. What the height? The height is 6. So what the answer? 3 squared is 9. 9 times 6 is 54 cubic inch. So now, which cylinder has greater volume? Of course, cylinder A. Page 427, question 9. The volume of a cylinder is 225 pi cubic inch and the height of the cylinder is 1 inch. What the radius of the cylinder? Read the question carefully. What are the givens here? Of course, 225 pi is the volume and 1 inch is the height, and the question asks about the radius of the cylinder. Write our formula. Of course, V equals pi r squared h, and instead of V, write 225 pi equals pi r squared. Of course, pi r squared stay the same. We don't know what the value of r. This is the required. Times h. H is 1. So times 1. The first step, simplify this equation. Multiply pi r squared times 1. It will be pi r squared. So 225 pi equals pi r squared. Now, solve this equation for r squared by dividing by pi. So r squared equals 225 pi divided by pi. So r squared equals 225. Now solve this equation for r. So r using the square root, r equal the positive square root of 225. Of course, we are using the positive square root here because r is a length and the length must be a positive quantity. So the positive square root of 225. What the positive square root of 225? Yes, it's 15. So the radius length equals 15 inch. Thank you, my dear student. I enjoyed this session. Goodbye.